Hi Year 11 Mathematics Advanced students. Today we are continuing on with the topic of Introduction to Calculus, and we're learning about the quotient rule. So the quotient rule is a method for differentiating the ratio of two functions, or when we have a function that is in the form of a fraction. So if u and v are functions of x and y equals u on v, where u and v are functions, then dy on dx, so the derivative, equals v times du on dx minus u times dv on dx all over v squared. Or we have y dash equals vu dash minus uv dash all over v squared. This is where our u dash is equal to du on dx and our v dash is equal to dv on dx. So the second way is just the shorthand way of writing it. So let's have a look at some examples. We want to differentiate y equals 3x minus 7 all over 5x plus 2. Now I'm going to do it the shorthand way of y dash equals vu dash minus uv dash all over v squared. An easy way to remember this is that your numerator starts with a v and ends with a v, and it's all over v squared. So it's the same as the bottom times the derivative of the top of our fraction minus the top of our fraction times the derivative of the bottom of our fraction all over the bottom squared. So we have our function y equals 3x minus 2 over 5x plus 2. So we're going to let u equal 3x minus 7, and we have v is equal to 5x plus 2. So now we need to find the derivative of both of these. So we have our u dash is equal to the derivative of 3x minus 7, which is 3. And v dash equals the derivative of 5x plus 2, which is 5. So then our y dash is equal to our v, which is 5x plus 2, times our u dash of 3 minus our u, which is 3x minus 7, times our v dash of 5, all over our 5x plus 2 all squared. Now we can leave our 5x plus 2 all squared as 5x plus 2 all squared. We're not going to touch the bottom, but we are going to expand the brackets and then collect like terms for our numerator. So we have y dash equals, we're going to multiply our 3 into our bracket. So 3 times 5x is 15x, plus 3 times 2 is 6, minus our 5 times 3 is 15x, and then our 5 times 7 times this minus out the front, which can trick some people up, is going to be plus 35 all over our bottom of 5x plus 2 all squared. So then if we collect like terms, we have 15x minus 15x is going to cancel out to be 0, and 6 plus 35 is actually 41. So it's going to be 41 over 5x plus 2 all squared. Now for b, we have 3x minus 1 all squared all over the square root of 4 minus 5x. So we again are writing this shorthand, so y dash equals v u dash minus u v dash all over v squared, which we need to state what our u equals. So our u is our 3x minus 1 all squared, and our v is our square root of 4 minus 5x, where this is equal to 4 minus 5x to the power of a half. Our u dash is equal to, we've got to use the chain rule on our u dash. So we've got to bring our 2 down the front. So it'll be 2 times 3x minus 1 minus a power, so it will just be 1 times the derivative of our bracket, which is 3. So our u dash will equal 6 bracket 3x minus 1. And then we have our v dash, which we bring, again, is using the chain rule. So we bring our half down the front. So it's a half bracket 4 minus 5x. We minus 1 from our power, so it will be minus a half. And we multiply it by our derivative of our bracket, which is 4 minus 5x. So the derivative of that is just minus 5. So when we do this, we get minus 5 times a half, which is going to be minus 5 on 2 times our 4 minus 5x to the power of negative a half. So our v dash is going to be equal to minus 5 over our 2 square root 4 minus 5x. Because remember, our bracket here is equal to 1 over the square root of 4 minus 5x. And then we're multiplying it to our negative 5 on 2. So now that we know this, we can substitute our u, v, u dash, and v dash into our bracket. So we will have into our formula. So we'll have y dash equals our v, which is going to be our square root. We're going to leave it as square root. 4 minus 5x times our u dash, which is 6 bracket 3x minus 1 minus our u, which is 3x minus 1 all squared, times our v dash, which is minus 5 over 2 root 4 minus 5x. And this is all over our bottom, so it's all over the square root of 4 minus 5x all squared. So now we have a little bit of work to do. So what we are going to do is so that we can get rid of this denominator here, we are going to multiply our other term on the top and the bottom. So we're going to multiply our first term and our bottom by the 2 root 4 minus 5x. So multiply by 2 root 4 minus 5x. This will get rid of this fraction. Multiply by 2 root 4 minus 5x. So when we do that, we get y dash equals it'll be root 4 minus 5x times 6 bracket 3x minus 1 times 2 root 4 minus 5x minus will turn into a plus because we have our minus 5. So it's going to be minus 5, but that will turn into a plus. So it'll be plus 5 times 3x minus 1 all squared. And on the bottom, we have root 4 minus 5x all squared times 2 root 4 minus 5x. So I'm going to go to, I can keep writing down here and then I'll have to go to a new page. So on our top, in our first term, this 4 minus 5 all rooted times the root 4 minus 5x will cancel out. The square roots will cancel out, so they will be the same. But let's multiply our numbers together first. So our 6 and our 2. So 6 times 2 is 12. So it will be 12 times our 4 minus 5x, which I just talked about how the square roots cancel out. times our 3x minus 1 plus our 5 bracket 3x minus 1 all squared all over, now our, just zooming in here, our 4x minus 5, the square root of 4x minus 5 all square rooted cancels out just to be 4 minus 5x in brackets times our 2, so let's put our 2 out the front of our times our square root of 4 minus 5x. Actually, cancel that. We now have 3 lots of 4 minus 5x square rooted, so it will just be on the bottom 2 square root of 4 minus 5x, and this will be cubed. Okay. So moving on, we need to now multiply our top, like expand our top a little bit. Yeah, expand our top, and then keep our denominator will now stay the same as that. So I'm just going to go to a new page. So we had, you don't need to rewrite this down, we had y dash equals 12 bracket 4 minus 5x bracket 3x minus 1 plus 5 bracket 3x minus 1 all squared all over a denominator of 2 root 4 minus 5x all cubed. So as you can notice on our numerator, we have the 3x minus 1 and the 3x minus 1 are the same in both terms. So we can bring that out the front as a factor, and then we just have left our 12 times 4 minus 5x plus our 5 times, there's only one of those there, so we still have one left because we have it squared, so 5 times 3x minus 1 all over our denominator of 2 root 4 minus 5x all cubed. This is so zoomed in. And so then we just can keep our 3x minus 1 as our factor out the front, and then work out what this bracket is going to be. So it's 12 times 4, which is 48, minus 12 times 5x is minus 60x, plus 5 times 3 is 15x, and then 5 times minus 1 is minus 5, all over our 2 root 4 minus 5x all cubed. So then our y dash will equal our 3x minus 1. Then collecting like terms, we have 48 and minus 5. So 48 minus 5 gives us 43. It'd be great if this pen worked. 43. And then we have our minus 60 plus x plus 15x, which is minus 45x all over 2 root 4 minus 5